Welcome back to Mini in a Minute. Today we're talking about the Submariner himself, Namor. Namor is a fast, disruptive, and one of the strongest extract-focused characters in the Marvel Crisis Protocol. Without wasting a minute, let's get right into it. Namor comes in with a very impressive stat line. He has 7 stamina on both sides with a 4-4-3 defensive stat line. He's on a medium base with a long move, which is already very strong. But when you combine that with starting on 2 power each turn thanks to an Atlian Might, you get what you nerds call a safe grab. He can reach a midline extract with one move and still have another action to get out of dodge. Let's talk his attacks. His builder is Trident, a range 2 6 dice physical attack that generates power equal to damage dealt. Before damage is dealt, Namor may advance short towards the target. 6 dice on a builder gives him strong damage potential, and the short advance is always welcome. And it gives you the ability to move on to contested secures, maintaining pressure, or set up following attacks. His spender is Armies of the Deep, a range 2 7 dice attack for 3 power with a choice of 3 effects. Swarm of Crabs causes the target to drop all asset tokens they're holding. It specifically says assets, which means on civilian extract missions this effect becomes irrelevant. Octopus's Grasp makes other enemy characters within range 2 of the target suffer 1 damage and get pushed away short from the target. The push does not specify a size restriction, meaning even a size 5 character can be moved. The flat 1 damage is also useful for finishing off low health enemies, and it only affects enemy characters so you won't accidentally displace your own team. Wave of Turtles allows Namor after the attack to interact with any number of objective tokens without paying the power costs, and if he does, he can advance short. That kind of free interaction and repositioning can completely swing extract missions. Now for his superpowers. Imperius Rex allows Namor to make a move action followed by a Trident attack for 3 power. If he deals damage, the target gains the Stagger special condition. Like other charge style abilities, this takes up one of your 2 actions, but effectively gives you movement and an attack in 1. With his long move and starting power from an Atlian Might, Namor can realistically become Imperius Rex almost every turn. The attached Trident attack builds his power and can advance him even further, and on a 6 dice with a built-in reroll, landing that Stagger is very consistent. Atlian Might gives Namor 1 additional power in the power phase, and it adds a passive ability that states damage caused by this character's attacks and effects cannot be reduced or prevented by superpowers or team tactic cards, which is very huge. Common defensive abilities like Rhino's damage reduction or Organic Steel on Colossus, or even Odin's Blessing, he can completely ignore. Namor's charismatic leader lets him and other allied characters within range 2 reroll 1 die in their attack and defense rolls. This is similar to Baron Zemo's Strategic Genius, but because it has a different name, characters can benefit from both effects at the same time. Tight positioning around Namor can create a very efficient reroll bubble. Lastly, Namor has Flight, which is always valuable on a long mover. He can even hold the Time Stone if you want additional reroll potential and flexibility. Namor belongs to the Defenders and S.H.I.E.L.D. He can also lead the S.H.I.E.L.D. under the Invaders' leadership. In Defenders, he plays well under both Doctor Strange and Daredevil. Under Strange, after an allied attack deals damage or targets a high-threat character, you can hand out the Hex special condition. With Atlian Might ensuring his damage can't be reduced, and being able to give Stagger on Imperius Rex, Namor will be dealing damage consistently, making Hex very reliable, and Hex and Stagger is a nasty combo. Under Daredevil, he gains rerolls when enemies are within range 2, which fits perfectly since all of his attacks are range 2. Defenders is a very natural home for him. In S.H.I.E.L.D., Nick Fury's last line of defense gives you a VP when you're losing and one of your characters is dazed or KO'd for the first time. And when you have more or equal VPs, if one of your characters is damaged, you can spend a power to advance them forward. Namor appreciates the movement, but he doesn't really rely on this leadership. Under Invincible Iron Man, you can spend 1 power to reroll a die when attacking, defending, or dodging. It's consistent, but Namor already has reroll bubbles built into his kit, so it's not essential for him. The Invaders' leadership, available to Namor or World War II Captain America, allows allied characters to reroll 1 defense dice and additionally reroll skull results if they are within range 2 of another ally. The defensive reroll is excellent because it's not limited to once per turn and costs no power. The ability to reroll skulls results is deceptively strong and works especially well when layered with other reroll effects like Charismatic Leader. This leadership rewards tight positioning and makes your team surprisingly durable, and this is by far one of its favorites to take. Now, if we look at team tactic cards, Namor has access to Prisoner's Protection. For 2 power, when an allied character is within range 3 and is targeted by an attack, Namor may replace within range 1 of the attacker and become the new target. After the attack is resolved, if Namor is not dazed or KO'd, he pushes all enemy characters within range 2 short, with no size restriction. Resolving the pushes in any order, it makes the opponents think twice about what they want to attack. It's strong but not a must-take. So the strategy with Namor is simple. Grab an extract early, using your safe grab potential, then use Imperius Rex and Trident to hand out the stagger condition whenever possible. Abuse your long movement and short advances to control space. And don't forget about your reroll bubble. Positioning with range 2 of allies is key to maximizing his value. Now let's talk about counters. Namor's biggest weakness is special conditions, especially stagger, stun, and slow. Slow hurts him the most because it strips away the mobility that makes him so dangerous. If Namor loses his speed, he becomes much easier to contain and control. You can find Namor in the Namor and the Chosen of Bass box, retailing for $49.99. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more Marvel Crisis Protocol content, and let me know in the comments who you want to see in the next Mini in a Minute. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.